Hey y'all, I'm back. We are now in part 2 of my Sunday drive with Mandy Mustang, and I'm already leaving my buddy's house, and he believes my idle speed is just right, but of course he's been around this stuff way before I even knew him. So overall, I'd say this thing's idling just about right. Now I'll just leave it right there because I'm gonna go to the forward main camera while I'm at it. How you doing, fellas? They love the car. Yep, even the kids love it. Kids. They do love these cars. They love this Mustang too. Kind of brings me back to how it all started with this car when I was 5 years old in 1993. Man, 1993. I guess that means, let me check it out on my calculator watch. Let's see, 2025 minus 1993. Whew. Wow. Almost 32 years since I started falling in love with cars, and this Mustang was it. Man, oh man, I can't believe it's been that long since I've started becoming a car guy. 32 years and counting. Man, I guess my family heritage from Detroit has really come a long way since then. Even I've come a long way since that day in 1993 when I was 5 years old. And that was before I started falling in love with the Dukes of Hazzard and falling in love with Mopars. Taking an interest with Mopars. Alright, let me go to the forward-facing camera real quick. And here we are. I'd say this is the right angle. Got no one coming for about 1/8 of a mile away, so put the pedal to the metal. I guess I can leave the window open for a little bit. At least this thing accelerates nicely. Love this Mustang. I think Mike's right. I think the idle speed's okay right where it's at. Yeah, considering this thing is probably like 5 or 10 miles an hour over actual speed, that speedometer here needs to go down a notch. Depending on like what size gear it is. I guess the only thing I can do is just do the math and then go from there. Or just do a little picture, comparison, and then just, or maybe a straight up in-person perspective comparison, or just picture comparison, and then go from there. But overall, it turns out, I think I have discovered what the problem was. The battery I got is actually kind of small. I mean, I look at the battery tray and I'm like, wait, you could put a bigger battery in that thing, considering the size of the battery I got in this thing is not exactly the same size as the tray, because the battery tray in this car is bigger than the battery itself, than the size of the battery itself. So apparently, I just need to get a bigger battery. A bigger battery that's literally got more amps. Man, 9 years of ownership with this car, I did not even see that. Man, I should have paid more attention. Well, that's okay. Just found out now, and I think I know what to do. After all, at least both Mike and his dad agreed that that fuel pump, that electric fuel pump in the back, takes up more juice in that battery before this thing cranks over. So overall, we just need a bigger battery with more amps that actually fits, that's actually bigger than this, that is bigger than what I got, but with more amps, and it won't hesitate when you crank it. So overall, that's all I got to do. Definitely gonna have to make a note of it. Better yet, when I get back home from work, I'm just gonna start taking notes on it, and then from here, I'll just go from there. Plain and simple. I can't tell you how good I feel after finding out what it is, and now I just feel so proud of myself. Let's just hope this doesn't cut out on me. Well, that's all I gotta do. Good thing that, considering he's more of a GM guy, like Pontiac, Chevy, but then when he got his Mopar, it's like, oh, that's even way cooler. I guess there's something about when you have a Mopar, it kind of draws you in like a magnet. First Mopar I fell in love with at 6 years old was his 1969 Dodge Charger RT 440 big block. And believe it or not, that was the jet relief from the Dukes of Hazzard. Whoa, gonna be red, gonna be red. Whew, look at that. And the brakes just held on. And man, those brakes really hold their ground. No lag or anything. This thing really grabs on. Man, those brakes, I tell you, they really work like a charm. And here we got the green. Let's go, baby. Second gear. 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. Definitely like to put that to the test when that time comes. Maybe when I get the tack on this thing, then I can do what drag racers do. Put your foot on the brake, give it a little gas so that you start at 1,000 RPMs, and when that light turns green, you give it gas and that thing should take off. Considering these are BF Goodrich radial tires, that means this thing will have more grip than drag radials. I mean, drag radials will have more grip than does plain drag slicks. You would probably just, these with more teeth should grip the road so easily, which means you'll probably take off quick in this thing. I'm pretty sure whoever was on the sideline, when they hear that car take off, they can hear it very clearly. They'll probably hear it more clearly than me being in the car. But I know I can hear this thing. But the only thing is that people from the outside can hear it a lot more clearly than I would. Guess I'll just keep the window up and just use the open vent, forced air coming through the vent to get nice cool air. And let's see, it's already 20 minutes to 5 o'clock, so I think this would be a good time to just take it into town and then think about what to do next. Maybe take a trip to Harbor Springs and then go from there. Whatever battery I'm going to get, I'm sure this is going to work out just fine. All I got to do is measure out the battery tray and then figure out the rest at Walmart, because I'm sure they got batteries that are just about the right size as the battery tray. And all I just got to do is figure out what's the right size and then go from there. Oh yeah, I'm probably going about half throttle and this thing really takes off. All that just to let all that carbon out and just turn this thing loose. It's like turning a tame pony and turning it into a wild Mustang, into a wild stallion. Turning this thing from a decent thoroughbred to a wild stallion. Free-spirited stallion, that is. And this is what this car is. Free-spirited since the day she was born in 1971. Closing in on my hometown, Petoskey, Michigan. Yep, here we are. My hometown, Petoskey, Michigan. man, that was fun. Yeah, at least since I'm going to be going no more than... Oh, here's the green light. And I'm going uphill, so I'm trying not to overdo it on the gas. Because this thing can take off before I even get up to half throttle. And this thing takes off when you go no more than half throttle. So there's no need to just floor it. You can just go up to half throttle, and all that power and torque with that 350 gear in the back is doing all the work for me. It's all mechanical. No more electronic stuff like you put in today's cars. Old school mechanics pay off. That is all I could say for anyone out there. Just basically everyone out there. Old school mechanics still pays off no matter what. Well, when I get to the red light, I'll just look at how long I've been live for. Well, about 17 and a half minutes. Not bad. Well, considering where I'm at gas-wise, I'd say, you know what? I'll just take a trip to Harbor Springs, and then after that, I'll just hang it up and go home. Nothing to it. You know, this thing sounds pretty good when it's idling in drive. It just doesn't even sound a little too high, so I'd say the idle speed is just right. And thank you, Mike Conrad, who had experience with high-performance American muscle, especially for the old-school American muscle that we all love so much. He says it is just right. So it's always good to have friends when they've been around this stuff more than you can think of. It kind of really gives you the input that you deserve. Another red light coming up. This one probably may take a while. Yeah, not bad. I see a guy on a motorcycle is looking at me, or at the car. I think I should probably readjust this a little bit since this light's going to turn green within a couple minutes. I guess it just needs to be leveled out. Hang on a second. I think it'll be fine. Even though it's not exactly me being centered, but this is just me looking like that because the main camera is going straight out. Even from the camera's point of view, it says it's going straight out, and here we go again. There we go. Speed limit through here is 35, so better ease off on the accelerator. And I'm pretty sure a lot of guys, when they go out drag racing, when they're running either drag radials or drag slicks, they probably put it down to like either 20 or 15 psi on the tires. But since what I'm running are BF Goodrich radial TAs, I'd say 30 is the perfect tire pressure to start with. So yeah, considering these are radial tires and they've already got tread on it so you get a better grip, I'd say put in about 30. Drop the pressure down to 30. I don't know why that guy just nearly stopped. I mean, what was the point of it? Oh well, that part's already over with. So anyway, so yeah, when I take this thing out drag racing, I think it'd be best to start with 30 PSI on these BF Goodrich radial TAs. Besides, there's no need to drop it down. I mean, this thing, those tires got treads like they always do. So I think you're just better off going with 30 and then see where it leads. And of course, as far as like doing it, going first start to finish in the 8th mile drag with either drive or slapstick shifting, I'd say start with drive and then just see what happens. One of these days I like to see how well this thing does when I do slapstick shifting, even though I've never done it before, but that's something I would like to do when that time comes. Maybe before Labor Day weekend, because that is when drag racing this Mustang for the first time ever is going to come. So maybe in about a month or two I'll start getting into the practicing and slapstick shifting. Alright, back to the main camera. At least I can do it with the window down. I've already got Lake Michigan, just, well, cool air from Lake Michigan just coming through the window. So let's see, I'm going 35, so yep, this thing's got to be about 5 miles an hour over actual speed. So I guess whatever the speedometer gear is on that thing is, it has to probably go a notch lower. So yeah, the speedometer gear, that smaller this has got to be a notch lower. Or so whatever it is if I do a picture comparison. So yeah, whatever gear it's is, and if the right one is in, then that means whatever gear I get for this thing can be returned, so at least I'll get my money's worth. That motorcycle behind me was a Harley Davidson. You can see it from the lane next to me. That orange Harley that you can see, that was the one that was behind me. Well, I guess I can go ahead and hang a left at this light, because that part of the road leads straight to Harbor Springs. And here we are on M119, and from here, this highway leads straight to Harbor Springs, Michigan. Speed limit's 45, so go at least 50 and I'm good. Close up the window. Open the back. Nice cool air coming in still. Yep. And that's what I call nature's air conditioning. Or in short, nature's AC. And to my left, I don't know if you saw that on the left, 72 Cadillac DeVille for sale. Don't see those around here that often. Even if it's something that's the same year as my Mustang that I'm driving. So I think I may be going 55. But I'm pretty sure when I saw that speed limit sign with the built-in radar gun, it just says that when I'm going 35, speedometer says 45. Well, actually it says 40. So this thing is at least 5 miles an hour over actual speed. And I'm glad I'm going with that rather than the speedometer app on my iPhone. Because the speedometer app on my iPhone says that the speedometer on the car is 10 miles an hour over actual speed. But when I go to a speed limit sign with a radar gun built into it, it says that I'm 5 miles an hour over actual speed. So right now, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour over is the safe zone for me. So that will give me a good idea how fast I'm going. And I'm glad YouTube Live has not stopped short, did not end the stream, which I'm glad it didn't. I mean, in part one of today's Sunday drive, it just stayed on and it ended right when I ended it. So, turned out great. And so far, we're still live. If you guys can see that I'm live, let me know in the comments. I like to hear if you could still see me still streaming. If anyone's watching right now, feel free to let me know if you're watching. phone doesn't shut itself off because it's probably in direct contact with the sun. So hopefully I might be able to finish this live video before it even thinks about shutting itself down. Even though I've been on live for, I think it's been 14 minutes, maybe 15, I don't know. As soon as that note, yep, well actually 31. So I've been on live for half an hour. How cool is that? So yeah, it's already been 31 minutes, nearly 32. And you just heard my watch beep, and it's 5 o'clock. So hopefully, just take this beautiful 72 Mustang on a cruise through Harbor Springs, and then after that, I'll just hang it up for today. So I don't have to stop for gas after today. I can just put gas in the tank later this week. Maybe on a day that I come home from work, and then after that, just take it out for a nice little drive and then top it off with some 93 octane gas and go from there. So here we are, Harbor Springs, Michigan, and there's a sign on the right that says Harbor Springs City Limit. And there's a sign right over there that says City of Harbor Springs. Now they're saying, welcome to Harbor Springs. And the speed limit just right over there says 30, so it's time to ease up on the throttle and keep your foot on the brake if necessary. It's also a good time to just keep the window down so I can get a nice breeze of air coming in as I cruise through Harbor Springs. And believe it or not, Harbor Springs and Petoskey are two of the locations that people from out of town to out of state that love to come here for the summer. If you're like South and Northern Michigan, like say Detroit or Chicago, Illinois, or New York City, well, I don't know about New York City, but Indianapolis, Indiana, Nashville, Tennessee, Miami, Florida, New Orleans, Austin, Texas, or LA, coming here to northern Michigan is definitely definitely a great place to visit in the summer. I think I can take a break from the main camera and just put it on the selfie camera while I'm driving. So yeah, just a nice little drive through town before I hang it up. And I think probably now would be a good time to hang this up, and I just realized I've already been streaming for almost 37 minutes. But overall, today was a great day. Another beautiful day for a Sunday drive as always. And I gotta tell you, taking this beautiful Mustang out for a Sunday drive is just, it's just awesome. Let's see, I'll just let this guy go ahead of me. I'll just let, well, not only this guy, but also those three right there go in front of me. Oh, he's probably letting me go. Okay, I'll take it. I guess generosity really does pay off. So yeah, I guess that just about does it for today as far as doing a Sunday drive, doing YouTube Live on my Sunday drive. So that just about does it for today. So thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment if you like. And if you want to be up to date on the latest videos, you hit that bell icon and you won't miss a thing. And as always, thanks for watching. Excuse me. Let me try this again. And as always, thanks for watching. You all take care, but most of all, stay cool. Later. Alright. I think this is about to be a good time to just hang it up. Later.